All right. We're live. So we're late because you were late.
It's true.
This never happens.
No excuse. No.
Are you in your office?
I am. Yeah. It's a little messy right now, but yeah, that's where Danielle works. My wife. She got me this hat
She works?
yesterday. She does work occasionally.
How'd you do that?
She wanted to.
What?
And I'm not. Yeah.
It's the year 2024. Who wants to work?
Not me.
I guess. So I found this new energy drink. Check it out.
Yeah.
We should get sponsored by these people.
Is that bum? Did I say bum?
Yeah. Bum. And it's Thavage. Who doesn't like Thavage when you get to lisp?
It's a pre-workout though. Are you working out after this? Does it have like creatine or something in it? It's just pre-workout right there.
Oh shit.
I don't know.
It also says high stim. I don't know what that means. But Thavage, it's so awesome. It's strawberry mango. So when I say it, it's Thavage. But check this out.
300 milligrams caffeine. Yeah. What's
I don't know what that other stuff is, but 300 milligrams caffeine, man, in this little bitty bottle.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I went grocery shopping with Lydia before the game, and there's like this. Yeah, it's a workout place. I mean, I have worked out before. I mean, I got some muscles. Look at me. I got broad shoulders.
Yeah, you know? We've worked out. Yeah, we've done that.
I could still bench press something.
Yeah, I could probably do the bar.
I'm starting to actually, believe it or not, I'm starting to do push-ups and sit-ups every day more.
I'm not doing sit-ups, but I'm doing some push-ups here and there.
Yeah, so I can, 54, I can still do 50.
50 straight push-ups?
Not straight.
Okay. Well, I mean, even 50 though. 50 in
50 in one session. 50 in probably, I don't know, 2 minutes
10
maybe.
Minutes? 2 minutes? That's pretty consecutive. I mean, that.
Yeah, I can do 25, lay there for a minute and do another 25.
That's impressive.
Especially seeing I've gained a little weight too, it's basically like bench pressing 200 something pounds, I'm guessing.
Yeah. 25 yeah.
But this Thavage, holy balls, man. So we were going out and I was like, oh, there's a little workout store. I wonder what's in there. And they got energy drinks and they've got C4 in there. Yep. And then I saw this bum and I was like, let's look at this. So I looked at it and I'm like, ooh, 300 milligrams caffeine. Okay, I'll do that. So I bought 4 of them, but I think I like them so much. They taste good too. I think I like them so much that I think I'm going to go back and buy all of them. Not today.
Buy everything they have, the whole stock.
Yeah, because check this out.
I'm checking.
Protein bars.
Okay, yeah.
21 grams of protein in each one of those.
That's a hard, yeah.
And then I got something hidden. You want to check it out? I'm pretty transparent. You know that.
Yeah, let me see.
Caffeine pills.
Not surprised.
Right. I'm not like other people, though, man. I don't think. Oh shit! I don't react to caffeine like other people do.
I'm the same thing. I could have an energy drink, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and go to bed 20 minutes later, no problem.
Yeah,
which is probably in itself a problem, but
right. And I'm sweating right now, not because of the caffeine. I was actually, while the game was going, so we're upstairs. Lydia's up here. I got all 4 dogs up here. Me and Lydia, 4 dogs. Marlis is downstairs. And I started, I did all that electrical work earlier last week. So I switched out the plates. I had just the small, what do you call those? Outlet plates.
Yeah.
And I put on bigger outlet plates because it just covers my screws, because I had these were remodel boxes. And then I started painting. So I was up and down the stairs the whole game. So that's why I'm sweating.
Oh, yeah. That's Jason Jackson around.
Yeah.
Got a cute picture. Got my high school football helmet.
Hopefully you tackled him better than the Vikings tackled the Seahawks today.
I did. I put him down.
Yeah.
He also, He's gonna be fun to watch in sports. He's gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
He dove at me, shoulder in my chest without any care in the world.
Well, he's got a pretty athletic family.
Yeah, he does. And yeah, same with Jonah. Jonah's going to have some tree trunk of thighs.
Yeah, like you did. I mean, you always
always lower
were
half.
a squatting machine.
Yeah, I'd always prefer squat than bench or anything else.
All right, so we have a 27-24 win today.
Yeah, good.
In Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough place to play.
I was talking to Tyler about this. I think it was Tyler. I think it was Tyler, my brother-in-law. Anytime you got to play away, ever, it's just difficult. And then you add into the point where Seattle's. I mean, Vikings fans travel well, and it was shit. They scan the crowd. There's a decent amount of purple there, but the fact of like not being able to sleep in your own bed before the game, all the houses, all those players for the Vikings probably live 15, 20 minutes away from the stadium or TCO, within that general area. And so, you wake up, I'm like, okay, cool. I can do my normal routine at home and then go to the stadium for meetings, pregame stuff versus, when you're on the road, you're sleeping in a hotel. You don't have that luxury of doing, your normal routine like you do at home. So,
but you're professional. But you're a professional
for sure,
athlete,
absolutely.
Yeah. And this isn't new to you. You did the same thing in college.
Yep. Even some high school. Some good travel days from high school. But yeah, it just adds to like you're professional and you're used to it, but it adds on to you'd obviously prefer to play at home and be able to sleep in your own bed, hang out with your family before Sunday game.
Yeah. So 5-0, we start the season. We lose 2. We put together 8 in a row since then. That's impressive, man. I mean, I'm your like biggest skeptic.
Yeah.
Because I'm a jaded Vikings fan. I'm a jaded Minnesota fan.
Yeah. You can tell through your texts. Yeah.
Well, just because it's like, man.
Oh yeah.
When you have the opportunity to just stomp somebody, you do that. And I still haven't seen this Vikings team do that this year. I think, but I'm starting to feel like that's kind of a positive because I still haven't seen the team put together like a win where everybody kind of played well and it was full 60 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're still, 13-2.
Yep. That's what you want. I mean, not what you want. Yeah, obviously it'd be cool to be able to put together complete games for a whole season all the way through playoffs, but it's promising in the fact that, you're still winning the games.
Yeah.
You maybe not, like today, this game, the whole time I felt like, especially at half and going into half, whatever, 17-10, was it? No,
14.
17-14. Yes. Yeah. The 2 touchdowns in Metcalf. Well, one to Njigba, but,
whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team, but,
that guy.
Yeah. So it was good, bad, but yeah, I mean, it felt like at halftime, it felt like we should have been winning that game by, 14 more. We had the opportunity. We got the ball, go down and score, get on defense, force a, punt 3 and out. And right there, I mean, that's a chance to, put a nail in, not finalize it, but go up, put up another 7, we'll go 14-0. And then they're playing from behind the whole game at that point, if you can do that. And so it was a little disheartening to not do that and then, kind of let them hang around. But like you said, haven't put together a complete game yet. And, we're getting to that point in the year where you're going to want to start trying to figure that out fully. And I'm sure that obviously they are, but you want to catch fire now. You see all those Super Bowl teams have passed that, maybe they didn't start out great or falter in the middle of the season, but then they kind of catch fire towards the end of the season, right before playoffs. And, I think we got a real shot to do that.
Yeah. I mean, this team has showed enough on both sides of the ball. And I think in most parts of the game where I think they got the skills, I mean, I'm beginning to feel more and more confident that they'll give Detroit a run for their money. I'm still not going to say that they can beat Detroit because I'm not convinced they can, but I don't know. I'm getting more confident.
Yeah. I mean,
13-2 is pretty damn good.
Yeah. And like said it last week too. And think they showed a graphic at some point during like Fox pregame or whatever, some of those noon games. I think Detroit has like 12 defensive players currently on IR.
Yeah.
Or with season-ending injuries.
Decimated. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you never want to lean on that and beat teams off that. That's how it goes.
Right.
That's how the NFL works. That's how football works. Players get hurt. You're going to be missing some key pieces. I mean, we're missing Darisaw. T.J. Hawkinson was out for the majority of the beginning of the season. So, but it's definitely doable to be able to go into. And today, with the Eagles losing, we had a clear shot now at the number 1 seed. There's a legitimate chance we win out now, win the next 2 games. All of playoffs are going to be running through U.S. Bank. You just sit there. Yeah,
unless we lose the divisional game.
Yeah.
Which we've done. That's the skeptical part of me. It's like, all right, all this hard work, 13-2, that's awesome. I'm proud of this team. I think they've been playing really, for the most part, really good football. Will they bring home the championship this year?
And that's really, that's obviously the ultimate goal. If they don't, the season, you did well, a fun regular season to watch, only doubled your expected wins for the year, or predicted wins. But if you, and not obviously we'll be disappointed if that happens. But not bitter, it's like, you exceeded
Minnesota professional sports team has not won a championship since 1991.
Yeah, Twins. Yeah, not my
Kirby
lifetime.
Puckett.
Yeah, I've never seen a Minnesota champion. Well, you get the Lynx, but
no, I'm talking one of the 4 major sports.
Yeah.
I saw that last night. I was watching the Wild game. Oh shit, that was a bad game.
They're decimated with injuries too, though. But again, not really an excuse, but yeah.
No, I get it. And they played back to back, but they're definitely on a down streak.
Yeah.
I like the game today mostly. The star was Justin Jefferson. He's
the best wide receiver in the NFL, and I don't think it's even close.
Well, the guy out of the Bengals,
Jamar Chase, former teammate.
His teammate, is number 1 in all 3 major statistical categories in receiving.
He doesn't get the same coverage that Jefferson gets.
Yeah.
He might next year, or might, or might be getting it now, but JJ, he's getting, or Jets, or whatever you want to call him, whatever he wants to be called. Gets those, double coverage almost every snap, and then sometimes triple. It's, for him to still make plays, and he's a tough dude too. He takes some of those hits and pops right back up, and he's fun to watch.
Is Seattle, of all the games I've watched this year, Seattle is the most trash talky.
Yeah,
than any other teams I've seen this year.
Yeah,
just shit talking the whole damn game,
which is crazy. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen. Yeah, I haven't seen that this year. Haven't seen from any other teams that we've played, and it felt like I've never seen JJ Jets talk that much. He had a couple of those passes down the sideline, getting pushed out right in front of their, on their sideline. He gets up and he's just jawing back at him the whole time. It's like, and then you get the unsportsmanlike conduct, which was a soft call.
We had 2 of them today.
Did not know we were making those calls today.
2 on, it sucks because Seattle is such a trash talking team, yet they drew us into 2. Thankfully, they were sort of inconsequential, but drew us into 2 unsportsmanlike conduct calls.
Yeah.
We have to be more
discipline.
What do you call that?
Yeah. Discipline. Yeah.
A lot more discipline.
You can't bite down on that bait.
No. 11 penalties for us today.
Yeah. They didn't really feel like an issue towards the beginning of the season, but it feels like penalties are starting to become a little more prevalent in our games. But yet again, some of those were questionable. Like that, there was one on Stephon Gilmore. I think it was called holding. It might have been PI, but they just he ran. He was holding his ground, and DK Metcalf ran in right into him.
Yeah, and then that quarterback sneak, that illegal formation call. It was like 5 minutes after the damn play was over. They had already reset, the chains. It was already like first down,
Yeah.
and then the flag goes. It's like, what the hell are you calling? And
Yeah.
then,
What is this?
Yeah. And then it was, illegal formation, which it was illegal formation, but those calls are always, illegal formations are always so close. You could really go either way, right? Because you're lining up with, you have to stay the belt line of the center, right? You have to be there or closer to the line of scrimmage. And it's inches, man. I mean, you could, most of the time you can call that either way, but the call it like that at that point in the game was just like, what the hell kind of call is that?
Big first down for us there too. Yeah, that was.
And I've seen them. I can't remember the last time I've seen a penalty for that called that late. Yeah,
it was so
I
weird.
don't know.
I mean,
I probably would have picked up the flag.
Yeah, and that's one that I feel like you get a call. Obviously, it lets the play run on like a false start, but with illegal formation, you got to throw that flag as the play, as the ball is snapped, as the play starts.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wait until first down and then the pile's clearing and then you drop the flag.
Yeah.
It was very questionable. And then again, I think we've talked about this even off calls and cameras and just talking about football. You can't let the refs.
No.
But sometimes obviously they do have an effect in the game. And the touchdown catch, their first touchdown, that was a clear push off. If I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it was.
And the offensive, that's what they're looking for, is an extended arm or arms, and that's exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting, but yeah, there's a couple of calls there that I was kind of flabbergasted by it, but
yeah. Well, and when you win the game, right, when you come out ahead, it's different to be critical of the officiating. As a lifelong Minnesota Vikings fan, normally we're on the losing side of the game and complaining about the officiating. So it's good to be on this side because regardless of what we think about the officiating, they won the game.
Nope.
I like the way they're sort of giving me confidence at the end of games where I didn't have that before. It was always like, oh God, here we go. They're going to lose it. But they've been on the positive side of that really since this head coach.
Yeah.
Since KO has been coaching, it's like they win close games. And that's also a signature move for a championship team. I don't know if this is a championship team. You've got a hell of a lot to get through. I think the champion is going to come out of the unless it's Buffalo on the AFC side. Because I don't have a lot of confidence in the Chiefs pulling this one out this year.
No. They're squeaking by, yeah. They're one bounce, one fumbled snap, one missed call away from, their season being 8-8 or 8-7. Yeah.
They're definitely the worst 15-1 team, I think. Or 14-1 team.
14, yeah. Yeah.
So the Eagles lost Commanders, man. That's a surprise team this year.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels, the rookie, he plays really well.
Yeah.
You got some really good talent on that team. Defense is pretty good. Terry McLaurin is Scary Terry. He's a hell of a receiver. So, yeah, it's good to see, obviously, to help the Vikes kind of try to chase that 1 seed. Jalen Hurts went out with a concussion in that game early.
Yeah.
First quarter. So that's tough, but again, you like to see the Commanders take that one because I think the remaining 2 games for the Eagles are not difficult. Yeah, and that was this was like the hope that best thing that could have happened today for the Vikes. Obviously, you could have hoped like the Lions lost, but all we got to do is win our next 2 games, and it's ours. We get the 1 seed.
Well, that's it, right? Just the Packers and the Lions.
Yeah, right. One of them at home, one of them in Detroit. Right. So.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, how big a deal is it this year to have home field advantage?
I mean, playing at US Bank, I went to the game? Cardinals game,
mm-hmm.
and it was loud in there, and I mean, every time you see like home games and you see the post game press conferences, Kevin O'Connell, Sam Darnold, all Brian Flores, they're all talking about the fans and how loud it is and how much juice they give the team. And like I think home field advantage, depending on where you're playing, like you could go play in like Las Vegas and you're probably
right.
They probably don't have they're not good, not a huge sellout crowds, I should say. But yeah, I mean, when you're a good team, home field advantage, I feel like is massive.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. So Justin Jefferson, great game, 10 catches, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's nice to see him kind of in his groove now.
Yeah.
There was kind of a touchdown drought there for a little bit, and I think teams were overplaying him, but then kind of getting burdened by Addison. And so now they're trying to figure out, well, how do we play?
Who do we cover? Yeah.
Yeah. When you got Jefferson, Addison, and Hawkinson, who are all, legitimate targets. And this is kind of what we hope for.
Yeah.
For the Vikings. We hope that they'd all get equal attention because you can't double all 3 of them.
You can't afford it. Yeah.
So it's a good spot to be in.
Yeah.
We didn't get a sack in today's game until fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Which is a little disappointing because it's like last week, I think Green Bay had 7 sacks against, this same team.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? But if you watch that game, and again, I'm not going to complain too much about the officiating, but there was a hell of a lot of holding calls but there are legitimately in every play you could probably call holding. But
so when it gets a little more egregious.
Yeah, I think it was a little more free play, on the offensive line for Seattle in this game. Sam Darnold, 22 for 35, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked 3 times for 29 yards. I thought it was a pretty good game. He still looks, I think he easily could have had much better stats because he had some poor throws, and I thought he had some poor reads tonight or today. But didn't make, the ultimate sin, didn't throw any interceptions.
Yeah, didn't turn the ball over. No turnovers at all. Yeah,
none.
It's hard to beat a team when they don't turn the ball over. And it's hard to lose when you don't turn the ball over. So
speaking about turnovers, Philadelphia in that game, Philadelphia and Washington, Washington had 5 turnovers in that game.
Oh boy. I did not see that. Yeah.
5 turnovers.
Oh boy.
And Philadelphia still lost that game.
Yeah. That's tough. That's crazy.
That's a lot of turnovers. 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 fumbles. Wow. Putting the ball on the ground. Sounds like the Vikings last year.
It kind of does. Yeah. I saw CJ Ham had a catch
reception
today.
Yeah.
9 yards.
Big fan of that.
Well, yeah, he's had a tough go of it lately. I think, personal matters and family things.
I think it was uncle, grandma passing. Yeah. Grandpa. Yeah. Yeah. He's obviously Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for the Vikes, and just a good dude, good hometown guy. Went to, I don't know the name of the high school, but he went to high school in Duluth and then went to Augustana, went undrafted, got signed by the Vikes practice squad, and fought his way onto the team. One of the few teams that still uses a fullback.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that it's easy to cheer for.
Yeah.
What about Will, unsung hero? And I texted you during the game. I said Phil Reichard for president.
Yeah.
I have a lot of that guy is a hell of a kicker, man.
Every single time he goes up there, it feels good now.
It really does.
It's been a long time since we've had a kicker like Ryan Longwell. He played here for a little bit. Yeah, but every time he goes up there, I'm not concerned about. I mean, he's gonna put it right down the middle every time. And he was 18 for 21 this year, I think now, on field goals. And those 3 misses were the game he was hurt, but he kept playing because we didn't have another kicker.
Actually, 17 for 20. Really
17
close.
For 20. So it's,
Well, maybe 18 for 21 now. I don't know if that includes today's
updates. Yeah.
Stats. Because he was 2 for 2 today, so it might be 19 for 22.
Yeah. I know he's just missed 3. And that was the game that he got hurt and then went on IR for a couple weeks. But we didn't have
hasn't
another
missed
kicker.
an extra point.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember that Seattle game. It was played at it was when we were it was when the stadium was being built. We were playing where the Gophers play.
TCF, well, Huntington now, I think it's called.
Yeah, Huntington Bank Stadium or whatever.
Yeah.
But we were playing there. It was playoffs. It was the divisional playoffs, and it was Seattle playing against us. It was cold, and we missed. Was it the extra point or no? It was a field goal from.
I think that was in
30 yards or something.
Yeah, I think that was in Seattle, and I think that was Blair Walsh.
Was it in Seattle? I thought that was at our place.
It was. I think it might have been Seattle, but it might have been.
Either way.
Either way.
That was the most painful.
I think it was 27 yards. Yeah.
Actually, the most painful missed field goal ever was Gary Anderson.
Yeah.
In the NFC Championship game against the Falcons. Fucking Gary Anderson. Excuse my language.
Kickers, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that kicker. Yeah.
It does feel good to have a kicker, and
he's the highest.
He's
the highest scoring college football player ever.
Really?
Yeah. No one in college football, quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, other kickers, no one's got more points than him. Because he played for Alabama when they, obviously scoring a lot of touchdowns, getting a lot of points. But yeah, no one has more points than him.
And he's a rookie.
He's a rookie this year, yeah.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's sixth round pick this year.
Yeah, that's a steal.
Yeah. When he's making field goals, it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When he's not hurt.
What a great, assuming that this guy, continues to play the way he plays, he's got such a great, future.
Yeah.
Because kickers can play forever, it seems like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it seems like the team loves him. And, watching like post-game conferences, people talk about him. And then really Matt Daniels, our special teams coordinator, just loves him too. Just every time he's up there on the podium talking about him, he's, joking about Will the Thrill and him, not cutting his hair until he misses a kick. And I would assume he cut it when he got injured, but I'd like to see that thing, that hair get pretty shaggy here. Keep it rolling.
And there's like no other than maybe quarterback. There's no other position that requires like this trust, like the spotlight is on you. You know what I mean? It's like that. I would hate to play that position. I would hate it.
Yeah.
It's like time's expiring. Your team's down by 2. You're kicking a 45-yard field goal. It's like, son of a bitch.
The teams have battled for the last 58 minutes, 59 minutes, and blood, sweat, and tears into the game, and it comes down to your kick.
Even if it's a shitty snap and a shitty hold,
it's still nobody cares. That
no,
you missed the kick.
Yeah,
you lost the game. Yeah,
yeah. They don't pay kickers enough. They don't pay place kickers enough, in my opinion.
No.
I thought who else had a really good game today? I thought what was I thinking? I was thinking about Dallas Turner. I thought he had a pretty good game.
Interception.
Today. Yeah.
Interception. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's
I'm
good.
really cheering for that dude because I think he's got the physique, the skills to just be a dominator.
Yeah. Obviously rookie year here too. I think just kind of getting his feet wet because I think he is going to be, obviously no rookie of the year or anything like that he had any chance at because he didn't play or didn't get a lot of snap count. But I think they're kind of prepping him for, kind of molding him for a long-term career here.
I hope so.
Just dominant. He's going to be
good. We've had way too many in the last, 10 years. We've had way too many draft duds. You know what I mean? And God, it would suck to see if that happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm really happy. That's got to be great for his confidence because he's got to be thinking too. I mean, he came out of Alabama so highly touted. It's like he's the shit.
Yeah.
And he's when they've talked to him too, he's been like, yeah, no, they're just taking their time with me. This is good. Have patience. I mean, so he's got a great attitude about it, but to come out there and get an interception today, that's got to be great for that young man's confidence,
Oh yeah. Get playing time, interception, get a sack last week and starting to come into a little bit more, maybe get some more playing time here down the stretch into the playoffs. But yeah, I agree. I like that move of, taking, because there are some players in college that are ready to immediately go into the NFL and
Right.
make an impact. They're just, that's just what it is. But then there's some players that, maybe Dallas Turner was that player, is that player, but there's also the other side of it where you got to let them come in and, develop and mold that player to fit your scheme and to fit, and hope he stays around for a long time and really put the time and effort into making him something great, or, in making him better than he is already.
Right. Well, he's got such a amazing linebacking. We've got such a great linebacking core. It is the strength of our defense easily.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, I mean, we can afford not to play him, but then also, you see some of the great players, when they have a chance to watch other greats play in front of them and watch and learn. So hopefully that's kind of part of this. One of those players who had a fantastic game today, who's really having a career season, is Van Ginkel.
Yeah, man.
2 sacks today. And that's 10, I think, for the season.
Yeah, it's career high for him. Yeah, he's
really a stud.
Yeah, he's an effort, and all around the defense, and like I said, the linebacker core. There's a handful of plays on that interception to Dallas Turner specifically. Josh Metellus, that hustle play he made. I mean, he chased Geno Smith down from 30 yards away and didn't let up once. Just hauled at him, and obviously made him uncomfortable, and bad throw. And there's another one like Blake Cashman, I think, had another chase down one like that. It's like that's the type of effort that you want to see from everyone, but especially your linebacking core, to be able to move all around the field, and you see the guy next to you putting out that effort. You're not going to let him down. You're going to put that effort out too. So, and I think that's what a lot of the defenses kind of come down to, is just effort plays. They're just never stop going. And there was another one when they were on the goal line, and there was an outside run. I think it was second down, maybe. Not that it matters, but he had to keep bouncing outside because someone would come fill the block, fill the gap, fill the block, and like it ended up being a swarm tackle, 4 or 5 guys there, like that. Those are the type of plays that gets me excited about the defense, and who those players are and what they're putting into each game.
Yeah, Cashman had a great game today too. At linebacker, 12 tackles. 1 tackle for loss. Cashman. I mean, that when you look at these linebackers, I mean, you got Cashman, Van Ginkel, Grenard, obviously Dallas Turner, Pat Jones.
Which is weird. He's like a lot of. I mean,
it's a hell of a linebacking core, man.
Yeah, it really is. And like you look on that on paper, beginning of the season, it didn't feel that way.
No.
A lot of, players that were coming in like Cashman Cashman and Grenard from the Texans. It's like, I don't know, like, right. Signing people, and like, I don't doubt that they're good, but I didn't know much about them when they're coming in. And then, now it's like, whew, one of the best.
I didn't expect Van Ginkel to have this kind of season.
No, I don't know if you ever watched him in his press conferences.
No.
He's very soft-spoken. It's fun. It's fun to hear him. He talks, and he doesn't. And obviously, you don't have to look huge and muscular to be in the NFL, but he doesn't look, big and strong like he plays out there. But and he's got kind of a softer voice, kind of, a
beautiful
little held
hair.
back. Yeah, gorgeous, flowing,
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, 6 feet, and he's 6'4", 242 pounds. I mean.
Yeah,
he's a good sized guy, but he's not bulky. He's long, and I think, and maybe that's kind of leads to some of his success too. Is you don't realize maybe how tall he actually is, what his reach is. So you try to get those passes, over him, and like the hand comes out of nowhere. I mean, and he was. I heard in the game today that the announcers were saying he was a high school quarterback.
I did not know that.
Yeah. High school quarterback, went to Wisconsin. They switched him over to linebacker, and
what a turn.
Thank God. Cause he's probably a hell of a lot better linebacker.
Definitely.
Than quarterback.
I guess I've never seen him throw, but
who are the announcers for you? Do you remember who the announcers were?
Yep. I had the same, Mark Sanchez and Adam
Amin.
Amin. Yeah.
My God, dude.
It's
And
crazy.
I know I'm biased, right? I'm a Vikings fan, but
Absolutely, yeah.
holy crap, these guys were like, you'd think that this was, I thought for a minute there that this was a Seattle broadcast or something, but
Yeah.
they don't do local broadcasts. It's all national
Yep.
broadcasts. But so I thought, because sometimes like when you're watching like a hockey game or an NBA game, they have the local broadcast teams.
Yeah.
I thought this was a local Seattle broadcast team because I was like,
It felt like that. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, what are you really like? I mean, it was just so damn biased.
It there's got to be some kind of, I don't know if there's actual realness to that feeling of, I feel like it's
I don't
almost
know
every game
either.
the commentators are
It's got
always
to be
talking
my
up the other
bias.
team. You would think so, because it feels like it's every game. And even like,
Yeah,
I noticed they at one point, I think it was when Seattle was getting the ball back, when they went down and ended up having to kick that 6-yard field goal, a couple minutes left. They cut over to commercial, and then before they did that, though, they showed like the highlights of the game, but it was all Seattle's touchdowns. They didn't show anything else. They just showed
yeah,
all the touchdowns from Seattle. And it's like, they're not even winning right now.
right.
They're not even the better team technically in this matchup.
Yeah,
And so, but yeah, I feel like that every game, like the commentators always just talking about the other team, never giving any credit.
yeah. It's got to be a bias thing. I mean, it's got to. I wonder if other people feel the same thing. Like if you're like a Kansas City fan and every game you watch, do you feel like it's the announcers are cheering for the other team? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I'm curious.
Because I wouldn't be able to put my head into that same space to figure that out. Because from like a drama, like a season drama perspective, I mean, it's better for the Vikings to win
Yeah.
because you want to set up that Week 18 matchup against Detroit in Detroit
Exactly.
for the NFC top seed. I mean, this is the shit. So you want the Vikings and the Lions to win out.
Yeah. I don't know why you wouldn't hype up the Vikes more coming down the stretch like this, when there's potential that they could flex that down to the night game. It could be the last game of the season, close
Right.
off the regular season, winner takes all for the
Yeah.
North and the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I don't know.
It's weird.
And I'm not a Seattle fan. I mean, Seattle's, they're not my least favorite team. My least favorite team is the Eagles for sure. But
Yeah,
Seattle's my top 5 least favorite teams,
I'd say
which
so.
makes, maybe that's why I keyed on it more too. It's like, how could you cheer for this shit team? But
Yeah,
maybe it's me.
Yeah.
Because Seattle's now a game out
Yep.
of,
They were in the hunt,
because
yeah.
the wild card teams are definitely coming from the NFC North this year.
Yeah, it's going to be, one, either us or Detroit, and then Green Bay for sure.
Yeah.
Right now as it stands. So,
I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. Like we could end up being 14-3, or us or Detroit be 14-3 and be a wild card team.
have to play away games all the way through. Yeah.
It's nuts, man.
What else do you want me to do?
The NFC North is, I did not expect the NFC North to be this strong. I figured actually going into the season, I would have been happy. Not happy, because I'm only happy if we win a Super Bowl, so that just shows I've never been happy. I would have thought, okay, it would have been a step in the right direction for the Vikings to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
I figured, with Jordan Love and the way the Packers are, they're just, they were going to make the playoffs. Detroit was so damn strong towards the end of last year that I just figured that they'd walk away with the NFC North. So I'm really happy to see we're kind of bunched up here. The Packers, they're not going to win the NFC North, but they are going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
A huge game next week.
Yeah. Massive.
At
home.
Our place, right? US Bank Stadium. And you're going to that game.
I am. Yeah. Credits to you. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow, it's
Very
a Christmas gift, man.
Wow, we're pumped about it. We've been talking about it all the time. It's gonna be fun when you never like to see other teams' fans coming to your stadium, but I feel like I've been to a couple now, Vikings Packers games, and there's obviously Wisconsin's right there, so they travel well.
Right.
They get tickets just like I can and you can, and there's always a good amount of Vikings fans. I think the last one I went to, I think it was last year. I think it was I think it was a New Year's Eve game when the Vikings played the
Oh,
Packers,
that'd be
and
fun.
it was until it wasn't, and we didn't show up, and then they got the "Go Pack Go" chant going. And it's like, man, this is dumb. Why am I here right now?
In our stadium, yeah, that
Yeah,
always
it's like
sucks.
it's like 10
Just
p.m. on.
adds insult
Yeah, so
to injury.
they travel well, and yeah, like I said, Jordan Love's a good quarterback. They have a good defense, a really good defense. Josh Jacobs is a hell of a running back, so it's going to be a fun matchup.
Well, the thing about the Packers, I think, is they just they have a winning tradition.
Yeah, they know
You know,
how
and
to
you
win.
hope that and you hope that someday, maybe the Vikings can get a winning tradition.
Yeah.
And a winning tradition has nothing to do with, winning seasons. It has to do with winning championships.
Yep.
And I don't know, man. I think any given Sunday, this team could do it. And I hope they do.
I think all the pieces are
they're
there.
gonna have to put it together. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You just got to figure out a way to put it together and do it consistently for, if you get the 1 seed, 3 games, just got to be able to get there, get through.
Keep your head about you.
Yep. 1 week at a time. And
Harrison Smith didn't play today.
No, he did something to his ankle, I think. I don't know if it happened last game, but I saw that notification from the app, and he was an inactive player, but I mean, yeah, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, so it's always nice to have that kind of presence on your team. But
yeah.
Well,
even if he's not like playing the best, physical safety, I mean, he still is. He's still playing, great
high level. Yeah.
He's such a quarterback out there.
Yeah, he keeps everyone on the same page and communication.
I mean, there's no way that guy has not seen everything.
Literally,
on the field after all these seasons and being as good as he is.
It's the same thing with like Stephon Gilmore. Maybe Stephon Gilmore is not on the same level, but they were in the same draft class.
Yeah.
Yeah. So two, I don't know, old guys for football, that is, and it's cool to see them be able to still be out there making plays. And I hate that championship talks ever come into Hall of Fame for an individual career. Because it does. I feel like,
right.
If we get a ring here for Harrison Smith, he's a shoo-in. He's good. He's first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah. He's been so solid, all these years.
Just consistent. Yeah.
Speaking of Gilmore, him and Metcalf had a hell of a head-to-head.
They had a good. Yeah, that's a tall ask. DK Metcalf is not human.
He's a stud. Yeah.
He is a giant that is fast and strong and athletic and can catch the ball, and he can put you on your butt. So to have a one-on-one with him like that, he's
can
going
you
to get
his. If you had a DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson?
Yeah.
On the same
if you could
side
get
of the ball.
Have someone like that on either side, that'd be crazy.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, not taking anything away from Madison, but the thing you miss with a DK Metcalf is the physical play. That guy is just such a physical specimen that he can push his way and force his way into routes that we don't have a running back who can, or we don't have a wide receiver that can do that. Jefferson doesn't force his way into routes. He, sneaks his way into routes. He runs it so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised I'm looking at DK Metcalf's stats this year. Only 840 yards.
Was he injured
so far? Yeah, I think so, but still.
But yeah, and
such a stud.
Yeah, not taking anything away from the team, but Geno Smith is kind of what he is. He's not. Kind of reminds me of something similar to a Kirk Cousins. Just what you're going to get every week. It's not going to do. What we had this game, 2 touchdowns, interception. Like that's his.
Actually, no, he wasn't injured.
No, he wasn't injured this year.
No, he's played every game.
Interesting, but yeah, and that's where now for Seattle, and I only know this because, like I said, I have Jackson Smith-Njigba on my fantasy team. He's come into form this year. They were saying it's his second year, and so that's where you need those two different threats to be able to get one of them open, and that's where like Addison has come in to help Jefferson, and you see it with Seattle, and so DK is getting some more targets. But yeah, it is interesting to see that he doesn't get more targets. I think he's a little bit of a head case. I think he's a little bit up there, but yeah, it'd be cool to have
a player.
Have a player like that.
Yeah. He reminds me of who's the guy out of Denver, Hall of Famer. Shoot, I can't remember his name.
Played for the Broncos, you're saying?
Yeah, retired maybe 7 years ago. I can't remember his name, but he reminds me of that guy. Just
that guy.
Look him up, and if somebody's watching this, they're like, "You can't remember the guy's name, idiot." Yes. All right, so good game, 27-24. We come away with the win.
Is it Lionel Taylor? No.
Look at the Broncos all-time leader. Broncos all-time receiver.
Rod Smith is the all-time leader.
No.
Demaryius Thomas just retired a handful of years ago.
Shannon Sharp.
Isn't he a tight end?
Oh yeah, Shannon Sharp. I don't know. Was he?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was tight. He was a tight end. All right, anyway. It reminds me of Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like DK Metcalf is big enough that could be a tight end, but he is really fast too. I always remember anytime I think
6'4", 235 pounds.
Anytime I think
that's
about
a tight end body. What's he doing playing wide receiver?
Because he's fast.
Because he's too damn fast. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a chase down tackle on an interception. I don't know how many years ago now. Buda Baker, Cardinals safety maybe. He had an interception in the end zone and started running it back, and DK Metcalf traveled like 80 yards to tackle him at like the 12-yard line going the other way, and he was fast. It's a cool play, and when you get a chance, look it up.
What if you put DK Metcalf at tight end? Because then he'd be such a better. I mean, he'd get the ball a lot more.
Yeah.
And if he ever got in the open field, it's like goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to catch him.
I would line him. I wonder if they do that. I didn't pay attention enough to see if they ever had him line up as tight end, because obviously you can be a wide receiver, line up as tight end, and switch back and forth.
Line up wherever you want.
Because that would be interesting. Anyway, Vikings win. That's good.
Fun. Always.
Sam Darnold. The thing I like about Sam Darnold this year is he's not losing games. I mean, he has some games where he's playing well, but he's not making those crucial mistakes and losing games for us.
Yeah, he's not turning it over all the time. He's not, making mistakes that are game-worthy costs. So, Sam Darnold,
I mean, he's definitely making. The mistakes he's making are like missed reads, shitty passes, but not shitty passes into coverage where they're getting picked off. It's like
take your down,
pretty damn good.
Day. Yeah,
I like it.
I don't. This is probably Thursday, so this is 3 days old. I'm just looking at MVP odds because anytime there's money involved, it's more than likely these are accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen's Lamar Jackson's the current favorite. Well, was the current favorite Thursday, but Sam Darnold is number 6 on the list behind like Saquon, Jared Goff, and Joe Burrow, and then it's Sam Darnold. So he's playing at a high level. He's a high caliber season so far.
Yeah.
So
I could see that. Yeah, I like Joe Burrow's season so far. I mean, shit. 39 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 4,229 yards going into today.
Yeah. And they have a losing record.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
dude's a stud.
He is, in my opinion, the best quarterback in the NFL. And I think what's so fun about him is he can scramble, but he's like, he kind of reminds me of like a little bit like when I say old school for me, like, 10 years ago, like old school pocket passer. And I mean, he's got a cannon. He can throw that ball far. He can lay it in there. He's accurate. And you look at like with him and Jamar Chase and then Jefferson, no wonder that LSU team was so good. Number 1, number 2 receiver, top 3 quarterback. Like, it's incredible that those 3 players played on the same team and now are having the effect that they're having in the NFL.
Yeah, and leading the NFL in passer rating is Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
37 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Yeah, he's good too, for sure. He's
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, Baltimore.
It's really good.
Yeah. Be cool to have a player like that someday.
Well, maybe. I mean, JJ, we'll have to see what JJ,
Yeah, that's what someday. That someday could be, tomorrow could be that day.
Yeah, that would be, well, I don't know. It's not going to be Darnold.
No.
Darnold, I think we've gotten as much out of Darnold as we could have possibly hoped for.
And then some,
this year.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm still not sold on him. Like, you got to scheme right for him and you got to set him up right because, I mean, shit, you look at his career, this is so far above and beyond anything he's ever done in his career.
Yeah. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Connell, coach of the year.
Yeah. I mean, because to me, it screams like, it does scream fluke, to be honest, I mean,
you look at like Kirk Cousins when Kevin O'Connell came around and he really helped his career. And then obviously Kirk Cousins moves on. And then look at him now. He's maybe not in the right scheme, but he doesn't have the right coaching around him. And then you take like Sam Darnold. I mean, Kevin O'Connell made.
Do you know Garrett Jankford?
I do not.
We have somebody chatting. Said the elusive Bradbury jersey. And then he says, do you want Sam back next year?
That depends. I think it really depends on what happens.
How much is he going to ask for, man?
Yeah. If he wants to stay, and like, I don't think we can. You never want to put all your chips in one basket, all your eggs in whatever. I think that even if we don't get the 1 seed, obviously we're going to make the playoffs. We're going to clinch the spot. If we win a playoff game, maybe 2, and he wants to stay, and you can get him for maybe $20 million, I don't see why not. I'm always down to give JJ more time to kind of learn and get comfortable in the scheme and just develop. But if he wants too much, if he asks for a lot, I just don't think there's any realm that we pay him a ton of money to stay. From
man.
The day that we signed him, I feel like it was a bridge quarterback, and that's what he is for us right now. But I don't know.
And we still, it's like this year has been so just unusual for him in his, it'd be different if this was like year 3 for him or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's been in the league since 2018. So this is year 7 for him. And this is so like, I mean, that's why he's the big surprise. He wouldn't, because with these stats, if these were just stats, he wouldn't be in the MVP discussion at all.
Yeah.
But the reason why he's in the MVP discussion is because it's like, holy shit, Sam Darnold?
Resurgence.
MVP.
Comeback player of the year.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. But so I'm 1 year, I'm still not sold that I mean,
I'm torn, and obviously my opinion doesn't mean anything to whether or not he is going to get re-signed or, if he walks. So
is Danny Jones still in the practice squad too?
He sure
Daniel
is.
Jones.
Yep.
Do you call him Danny or do you call him Daniel? I don't know.
I call him Daniel Jones. Yeah.
I'm going to call him Danny because I feel like he's a friend now.
Yeah. I think a lot of people sometimes, especially when he was playing for the Giants, call him Danny Dimes. And I think there's some
Danny Dimes.
When
did he ever throw a dime?
He ran all over us, but he never threw all over us. No. I like calling Sam Darnold Sammy D. That one's sticking with me.
Sammy D.
I like him.
I mean, he's had 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions this year, which is just like.
Can't argue it, man. Can't argue results.
This year, but I mean, it's so like flipped from what he's ever done in the NFL.
He's never had. Yeah,
And
he's never had this type of support.
maybe it's coaching, maybe it's scheming, maybe it's maturity, maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is right now, but maybe it's a combination of them. I just have a feeling that if he's too expensive, I don't know how you can keep him. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard. It's going to be hard to say.
There's a lot of free
I'm
agents.
glad I'm not a GM in this league, man. I'd
stressful.
Whatever call I'd make the wrong damn call, and we'd be like, "Hey, fire this."
Even
dude.
if you make the right call, you got people, gunning for your chair, gunning for your head, get you out of there. So,
yeah,
I
do. And another question, do I expect KOC to do the same thing with JJ? Yeah, I do, because he's done it with multiple quarterbacks over the years. It's whether or not he can. Whether he's got what it takes. And I assume he does. We've never seen him. We've seen him in a couple of preseason games, seen him in some practice reps, but we've never seen him in a game. So it's so early to tell. I mean, he reminds me a little bit. No, he doesn't. I was going to say he reminds me a little bit of Aaron Rodgers, but he doesn't, because Aaron Rodgers came out of USC as a much better quarterback.
Yeah.
But
I
don't know.
I do think KOC can, there's obviously a lot of bias in these opinions. I do think that KOC has the ability to take JJ and mold him and make him into a great, one of the all-time greats. And that's, again, a lot of bias there. And I was watching pregame stuff before the noon games, and there was a Kevin O'Connell piece. And I was like, absolutely, let me watch this. And just listening to him talk about Sam Darnold, because obviously that's where all the questions are. They want to talk to Kevin O'Connell about Sam Darnold and how has this happened? How have you gotten to where you are? And the way Sam Darnold or Kevin O'Connell talks about not only Sam Darnold but the players and the team, it's like watching a father talk to a son or talk to their family, and Kevin O'Connell's so invested in the players and their success, not only as a team, but as individuals. And you see him, right on the sideline chatting up Sam Darnold and getting in his ear, I'm here for you. We're going to get through this together, and the confidence and the boosting. And, if he can take what he's done with Sam Darnold, there's no way that he can't do it with someone that's fresh and, open mind to be able to really step into a form of, like I said, what I hope to be an all-time great.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And because I think there's less risk in us keeping Darnold than it is for another team to sign him to a big contract, because if he goes to another team, and that would be his 1, 2, 3, 4, that'd be his 5th team in his career. And he'd be going from really shit statistics almost, truly backup type statistics to this year, and then switching to another system and another coach. It'd almost be really so I don't know. I wonder how much leverage Darnold would actually have to go to another team. But
I'm sure there's,
I don't know, somebody signed Kirk Cousins to a $150 billion deal.
and then they're going to cut him soon, or at least that's what the news stories. There's potential.
God, and you have to. Oh man, that GM.
He's due. I think it's like $27 million
so
guaranteed
much
next year.
Dead weight. My God.
No matter what happens, even if they cut him, they're still going to be. They're going to have to pay him. That's crazy. The guaranteed money is ridiculous. Yeah.
And seeing what you saw from him this year, he's not starter material in any other team. I don't think. I think his career is pretty much over.
Yeah, Michael Strahan.
As much as you might,
too. Yeah.
As much as you might like Kirk Cousins, and it's pretty much over for him.
Yeah,
because he priced himself out of the market.
That's what it was too. Yeah, he ended up chasing money and not necessarily trying to chase championships or greatness and whatever. You see players do that too. Like that's some players come into the NFL or different leagues, and that's their goal, is to make as much money as possible. And he said that he wants to get as much money, generational wealth, so he can help his kids, and so you got to respect it. But that's exactly what he did. He priced himself out of the market altogether, and especially like what he is now. No one's going to want to pay him. All the teams like, oh yeah, we got this backup that we have on a rookie contract still. that's doing the same thing you're doing, but you're asking us for, $30 million.
Right.
So
Right.
I think his career
When
as a
he's never
starter.
proven himself. I mean, yeah, he's been a statistical. He's always been a guy who's collected statistics, but he's never been able to win the big games. Never shown any success in the playoffs. I mean, if you want to win a championship, he's not ever going to be your guy.
No, I agree. He's always. I mean, he almost feels like the embodiment of what the Vikings are, but as an individual player at quarterback.
Right.
He's always good. He's always going to
Yeah.
get, whatever, 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he's going to throw a pick or two. But he's, he always plays down to or up to competition levels. He's never, he's never, out there balling out or letting it rip. He's,
Right.
seems the same thing, timid, checking down. But yeah,
It's almost, when you think about it, it's never a blessing to have somebody, with a season-ending injury. But taking JJ McCarthy off the table early in the season, right? It allows the entire team, the coaches, the fans, all to focus. Like, okay, we're not going to be like crying for JJ McCarthy to come in.
yeah,
Like, show us JJ. Show it. So it takes the pressure off of Darnold, and we focus. And then you bring Daniel Jones. I mean, you look at that quarterback room right now. You've got Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Nick Mullins, and a student, right?
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy,
Just
to watch, to learn the schemes, to learn the reads. I mean, I think it sets him up, assuming he physically, heals well, which at the age of like, was he 22?
Probably, yeah.
Should have no problem healing up. I think you're setting him up. So I think in terms of bringing Darnold back next year, a lot of it's going to be dependent upon how much JJ McCarthy's actually learned and progressed this year. And I trust KOC to make that call.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I have a lot of faith in KOC like I said, coach of the year. You look at him side by side and he talks about all the time, like having those lunches with Bud Grant. He looks like he could be a relative, and he's got that same, I feel like, mindset of what this team is. And I was talking to Tyler too during the game, and he was saying I'd say oh yeah, defense stiffened up when it mattered on that field goal. And because they kind of let him walk all the way down to that area, and then they're like, oh, we're supposed to be stopping them.
Hold up. Yeah.
Let's make some plays. But then Tyler's, kind of just reassuring, like KOC's philosophy is be at your best when it's required. And like anytime that you need to make those plays or make those stops, it seems like they're, week in, week out, we are doing that, and, we're winning these games because of it. So, big KOC fan. Huge.
Yeah. So I think we can both agree the Vikings so far this year have far exceeded our expectations.
Absolutely. Yep.
Big game next week. We are at home against Green Bay. I don't know. Have the odds come out on that game yet? I don't know.
No, I don't know. Well, I don't know what they are.
I don't know either. But, I can look. Odds.
Yeah, I got a cool device in front of me.
It's football thing. Yeah, the Saints and the Packers are playing Monday night.
Yeah.
The Packers are favored by 14 in that game.
That's crazy. The Saints aren't very good, and Alvin Kamara is out. So,
but that's just a big spread, no matter what, no matter who's playing. Yeah, I don't see any odds yet for that game. Super Bowl winning odds. The Vikings are up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're now 6th at plus 1,300.
Okay. Hell yeah.
At least we're ahead of Green Bay. They're plus 1,400.
Yeah.
There's no team I like beating more than Green Bay. And I have friends all the time who are texting me. And I just play the reverse psychology thing. Did I already tell you I do this?
No.
Yeah, when my Packers friends are like,
see, let me stop you there. Packers friends?
Yeah, they're still friends. I mean, it's like this. Yeah, I have friends that voted for Kamala Harris too. Whatever.
Yeah, but this is different. This is football.
I don't know, man. Until I win a championship, I really don't have anything to. I feel like I have nothing to stand behind. It's like, all right, I just take my ass whooping like the rest of us. But they always give me shit, like I can show you some of my texts and they're like, yeah, hope the Seahawks win. I'm like, yeah, me too. I think the Seahawks have a good chance of kicking the Vikings' ass. The Vikings get so lucky. And so I just play this reverse, it just disarms them. They're like,
just lean into it.
What? It just gets them to shut up.
You agree with that? What the hell?
Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting game next week, man. I'm excited for it. I'm excited that you and 4 other family members that are going to be there. So we got 5 of my family members that are going to be there. I'll be watching the game on TV, looking for you guys. We won't do a post game next week because you'll be trying to get out of the damn stadium.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do one like later, maybe the next day or something. Yeah, because
I'm open to it.
Well, you and me, I mean, the reason why we're doing this is we're not football experts.
Oh, no, I am.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. But we're a couple of guys who have been Vikings fans. Me, I'm 54 years old, been a Vikings fan.
Tattooed on my body.
All my life. Yeah.
Permanent
so we're big Vikings fans. And the reason I like doing this the most is I get to talk to my son.
Yeah, I agree. It's fun.
I mean,
to talk to me, though. Yeah. You talk to me.
Are you? What? You're my son, yeah?
No, I just like hearing myself talk.
Yeah, me too.
No, I don't at all.
I don't either.
No, I agree. It's kind of how it started. You just kind of were talking about it over text or call, and then you asked me, and like, used to do this back in the day, and it's fun to just sit and talk and talk about
I love to,
sports.
shout out to Garrett. Because it makes it a lot more fun when somebody's interacting, because then you can ask questions and you can kind of like, reinforce what we're talking about, or tell us we're batshit crazy, because we might be.
Don't doubt it.
But I like the Vikings' chances. I'm guessing the line is probably going to come out. What do you think the line's going to be next week?
I feel like majority of the time when you're playing at home.
Yeah, we should guess. Let's write this down. Whoever gets the closest.
Yeah.
Whoever gets the closest. So it's a bet between me and you. Whoever gets the closest the loser has to buy a hamburger.
All right.
The next time we see each other. So either you're going to buy me a hamburger, whatever kind of hamburger I want, and from wherever I want, and vice versa. Does that sound like a deal?
Sounds like a great deal.
All right. So the bet here, the bet, if you want to, do you want me to? I don't care.
I don't mind.
We could flip a coin.
No, your answer won't change mine. I'm confident already in what I'm.
All right.
So
it's whoever gets the closest to the line, and we'll say the line as of the official line out of Vegas, as of like, I don't know, tomorrow at noon or something, or whenever it comes out. I don't know when it's going to come out.
We'll keep an eye on it. Yeah.
Right. So what do you think the line's going to be? Give me your number.
So I'm going to talk my way through real quick before we're cutting along here. Usually when you're playing at home, you're automatically, if you're a good matchup, you're usually given a 3-point advantage off of that. And I think that's usually how the line works. Not 100%, not a big gambling guy. So with the 3-point advantage at home, I also think that will be 3.5-point favorites. So I think 6.5 is my line. 6.5.
Sure. Your line is
Vikings are 6.5 favorites. Yes.
Viking minus 6.5.
Yep.
I'm gonna say -3.
-3. Ooh.
Oh, Gary just told us the number. It's -2.5.
It's already out.
I don't know. Garrett thinks it is. If it is, then I already won.
Bye. I'm just kidding.
I get burgers, man. I like burgers.
Yeah, I gotta go put kids down to sleep. I like burgers too.
Cheeseburger. I know. Who doesn't like burgers?
Yeah, I'm a bacon blue cheese kind of guy.
Yeah.
Anytime I go anywhere, that's what I'm looking for.
Nice. All right. So Vikings next week against the Packers. Enjoy the game. We'll do this post game. Steve, if anybody cares and anybody's watching, watch the channel. I'll put it up there. It'll probably be either hours after the game to give you a chance to get home and all that stuff, or the next day. But we'll do another post game and talk about the game.
Yeah,
it better be another Vikings win. I don't want the Packers to do that.
We haven't done one of these with a loss yet, so.
Oh, that's Garrett. That's Garrett's guess. He's not sure, but Garrett's with me. He's thinking 2.5 points on the Vikes. I'm thinking 3. You're thinking 6.5. 6.5 is a big spread, man.
6.5 is big for a touchdown.
But actually, now that I think about it, Garrett's 2.5 is probably better than my 3 because they seem to like the half points coming out, out of the gate.
Yeah,
We'll see.
We'll keep an eye on it.
All right.
I'm confident.
I love you. Good game. Vikings win. Let's go Vikes. Let's beat the Pack next week.
I love it. And I love you too. And hell yeah, Skull Vikes. Big game next week.
Awesome. All right. I just ended the stream.
Beautiful.
That was a good one, man. Good talk.
That was fun. Yeah, it was good. A little interaction. That's fun. Got